Alright, so this will be the final try of 15-4 lethal 3-star with the low tech and low gear before Guam and Laffii 2. So Guam and Laffii 2, kind of obviously they're made for chapter 15 and they kind of power creep it. It only took them like 2 months after chapter 15 released. So like Guam has 150% AA gun efficiency times 2 somewhere here. She has 2 anti-air guns base, so basically 300% anti-air and then a bunch of AA with a bunch of AA skills as well. So she's basically the strongest AA along with San Diego and Isuzu. Isuzu is trash and San Diego, you only have one of her. And then Laffii 2 is just broken, like strongest DD. And she has some AA as well. So this will be my last time trying to do a 3-star on 15-4 lethal with low tech, without Guam and without Laffii 2. So first I need to set the tech down. Like, I'm going to take maximum collection bonus, so I've collected every ship in the game. And I have maximum faction tech, so all the 4 factions are at level 9. But I have not leveled any ships to 120. Which is not really true because you do need level 120 or 125 ships in your actual fleets. But I'm just going to not take the level 120 tech at all. So adding faction tech with collection tech will give me the tech that I want. So like destroyer HP 164 plus 35. So I will put 199. This is a lot of mental math to do. So it'll take like, I don't know, like 3 minutes. Alright, so I'm not going to use battle cruisers and BVVs and repair ships for obvious reasons. So I'll just save some time and not change the tech. And hopefully I didn't make any mistakes, but even if I did, nobody's going to check my math, so I'm safe. And I do not have the combat damage bonus and damage reduced bonuses. So yeah, I don't want these to like mess up the results. I think some of these are reduced damage taken, and this one career is plus damage dealt. So I'm not going to take them. So fleets. I was trying like standard fleets like Musashi and Bismarck Zwei. But like Bismarck fleets kind of just have not enough AA to deal with the carrier fleets, and then unless you put like Sandy. Yeah, Sandy. And then if you put Sandy, then like the Vanguard kind of becomes weak or something. Like if you take out Hammond 2, then Sandy needs Hedgehog, like plus 13 Hedgehog, and that's still not enough to deal with submarines when out of ammo. So then you add ASW plane, or like the gold one. Oh, it's already here. This site updates so quickly. So like, yeah, or not. Oh no, this is main fleet. So yeah, Guam already. God bless Ren Hex. Anyways, you put like, well, I can't imagine plus 13ing up ASW plane, so like, basically plus 10 ASW plane and then plus 13 hedgehog on Sandy, and it's still not enough. So then you need another one. Plus 10 purple depth charge, and then that's enough ASW. And then since you're taking away 2 auxiliary slots on the Vanguard, they become pretty weak to enemy attacks, and then you need more healing, or you need Jean. But then if you take Jean, then you like, she has very bad AA and also bad DPS, but DPS doesn't really matter. Anyways, various problems happen when you're trying to use Bismarck for the certificate for out of ammo bonus. And then if you use Musashi for mob, then they don't have out of ammo mitigation. So then when using Musashi, you also need to deal with the AA like Sandy with Hedgehog and then 2 more ASW weapons, or you can put Hammond 2. Hammond 2 pairs up especially well with Musashi by decreasing damage, but then Hammond 2 just explodes. So Musashi and Akula are always paired, while Volga goes in the other fleet or not on the fleet at all. So basically you have these 4 ships as the core to the mob fleet, and then you need Hammond 2 to not explode, which means you put in John, and then you put John, and then you find out that there's not enough AA again. And this is where Guam would be really helpful. So Guam deals with the AA along with Hammond 2. Like, this would be a pretty nice mob fleet, I think. But today I'm looking for a fleet without Guam and without laffii 2. And of course, the 15-4 has those large main fleets with Kirishima and Hiei. And those, basically, your main fleet just dies if they get hit and set on fire. So then Musashi would be nice, so that she draws fire, and then like you put like fire extinguisher or something, or you put Shimanto, and then you time her torpedo so that the torpedo fires and Shimanto extinguishes the fires from the main fleet. So either fire extinguisher or Shimanto. Assuming you're using Shimanto, then you can drop the fire extinguisher for like rudder or AA radar. But then Hammond 2 explodes. So yeah. So what am I supposed to do about it? I'm going to separate the 2 fleets. So one fleet will do the main fleets, the enemy main fleets, and that fleet will have Shimanto to extinguish fires, while the other fleet will be specialized in there are 3 types of enemy mob fleets. There's recon fleets, main fleets, and aviation fleets. So obviously Shimanto needs to fight the main fleets. And then I can give the carrier fleets to the same, or I can give it to the other fleet. Basically I'm making 2 mob fleets. And I have high hopes, or like maybe they're completely unfounded, but high hopes for Vanguard. So I tried her in the faction fleet clear, right? And she was really good. That was with max tech, of course, but now we have 0 tech, and BBs with 0 tech are really slow, which means that they don't kill the, I mean, in large carrier fleets, they don't kill the 2 waves of enemy carrier chibis Hio and Junyo fast enough, so then the main fleet takes a lot of damage from planes. But maybe Vanguard is naturally fast and she might be able to kill those without taking damage, so this fleet will be specialized to fight against the air formations, the enemy air formations. So I think Sandy... the other fleet is Musashi and Akula, of course, and Shimanto is required here to deal with main fleets, unless I want this fleet to deal with main fleets. But anyways, one of these fleets will also have to deal with the recon fleets, so I want Hammond 2. I want Hammond 2 paired with Jean to deal with the submarines. So all that's to decide is which fleet, the Vanguard or Musashi fleet, will deal with the thingies. So since Shimanto is here with Musashi, there's no place for Jean and Hami. So I guess I'm putting Hammond 2 over here. Which actually means this fleet does have pretty weak AA, like natural AA guns. So it's really important that Vanguard does kill the enemy carriers before they launch planes. So there's Unicorn and Claudia. And Claudia does more damage, but does less healing. Yeah, I do want to use Sandy though, so Sandy, currently she can only fit here. And this is the anti-BB fleet. So for this Vanguard fleet I need to kill them quickly, so Vanguard DPS is important. If Plymouth could tank then it's great, but can she tank? And Volga is required for healing Hammond. So Claudia only heals 5%. So with this squishy Vanguard, I need Unicorn here. Still thinking whether I want Sandy in this fleet or in this fleet. So this fleet will have to deal with the carrier fleets, and then if I put Hammond here, then this fleet is also meant to deal with the submarines. Obviously I can just reroll the sortie until only submarine fleets spawn, only reconnaissance fleets spawn, with very few main fleets or carrier fleets, but then that's kind of useless for demonstration purposes. I'm deciding to get rid of Hammond too. So Sandy here, and then tank. I want Anchorage here, and then Rush can heal Musashi as well. And then Plymouth should be changed to well, in this fleet usually it's Sandy here. So good ships will be, I have Plymouth and Cheshire, and that's it. Unless I want to go into 120s, and then when I was using faction fleet, Scylla was okay, but she was barely surviving with max tech. I'll just go with this then. And I might as well buy the gold anti-sub plane here. Though if I was trying to do it without Laffii 2 and without Guam, but then I'm using the stuff from this event, that kind of feels weird. Nah, it's fine. So this anti-sub plane is identical to the purple one, except that it has more ASW stats, obviously, but everything else is the same. So same fire rate, same plane speed, same plane thingies, except that I think it has more HP, and the actual depth charge does 25% more damage, and it has some anti-air guns. So it will intercept subs and shoot enemy planes when it intercepts subs, but it won't intercept enemy planes when there are no subs on the screen. So anyways, it's a pure upgrade over the purple. So I don't think I'm going to skimp out on plus 13 AA guns, but I could try not using all four rainbows. And I don't think I'll go overboard with plus 13 catapults. So just 2 for Volga and 0 for Unicorn. And I have 1 plus 13 flapjack, which is kind of reasonable, I think. And that'll go to Unicorn. So I'm stacking this fleet with all the damage, because I really don't know how much damage is needed to kill those carriers on time. So like, let's say I use 3 rainbows. So Sandy definitely uses sextuple instead of rainbow, and on the other fleet, Shimanto will use sextuple, which leaves Brust needs a rainbow for French gun, for French gear. So the third one will go between Jean and Plymouth. It shouldn't make a real big difference. Yeah, I really suspect that just the gold ASW plane and the hedgehog will not be enough. So for now I'm going to put ASW on Plymouth as well. And plus 13 letters are basically required, given how tight Vanguard survivability is. For CA guns, plus 10. And I guess Sandy will stay with a plus 10 instead of plus 13, because these are low priority to upgrade for gold plates. And for torpedoes, this is even more anti-sub, but like it barely hits anything. I mean, it barely hits any subs. Although Sandy's anti-sub is really weak anyways, so it doesn't matter. And for cats, I'm using just 1 cat, because I don't have any mediocre cats. I mean mediocre level 30 cats, so I'm just going to approximate bad cats by using only 1 cat. So hopefully like this 1 cat is about equal to 2 mediocre cats. This is for enemy main fleets and the first and third boss, I guess. I'm using too many plus 13 rudders, so remove 1. And Shimanto uses her own gun so that she gets improved AA. Although this, having Death 30 Shimanto means that you kinda have a Hindenburg gun as well. So hopefully that pierce and the anti-medium damage helps with the carriers. And Musashi goes between these two guns. Fighting battleships, so medium, anti-medium uses AP gun, but is it staggered with the carriers? So I have 5 wyverns, so 2 on this fleet and maybe 2 on this fleet and 1 not to be used. So Claudia sticks with the Brigade. Which means that Claudia is really fast. So 18. Okay, thanks. And Aquila is 2255. But Claudia being like 19 seconds means that Musashi, even with AFCT, she won't be staggered by a lot. So I'm putting her back to purple. And this, I think I'll rely on Shimanto to extinguish fires, so AA radar for more airplane tanking, because Shimanto alone is not quite enough AA to keep Musashi healthy, even though we have Aquila here. So I'll put Aquila at the top with more evasion, since top position gets hit more by enemy BBs blind firing, and bottom is slightly safer. I have another plus 13 stack somewhere. And using too many Plymouth guns, so back to 155. And 155 Kai is not really good because it has the potential to miss enemy suicide boats even when it aims at them. While 155 is guaranteed spread, so as long as this thing aims at the enemy suicide boat, at least some shells will hit, and then some shells is enough to kill it. So torpedo timing, torpedo needs to be timed so that it fires when the main fleet is on fire, which I don't know when that is, like maybe like 30 or after 30 seconds into the battle. So if she reloads on the second reload, so this is 18 seconds, 36. It's kind of late, but it's better than nothing. Or I can 17. I think it would be much worse if I mistime it and Shimanto fires her torp before Musashi gets set on fire. So I'll just be safer and go later. I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plus 13s already. Zhang's torpedoes are also really weak. Oh, I actually can't afford another Plymouth gun, so I'll take a plus 10. And by the way, my mouse pointer is hopefully kind of big and a bit more obvious, so that it will help you see it when you're viewing this video on a small screen, like when you're sitting on the toilet on your phone. So toolkit for anti-torpedo bulge. I actually don't believe in torpedo bulge on this fleet. On the backmost position, I want evasion instead. For toolkit. Oh, so Shimanto has 4% Vanguard healing. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Just put a toolkit. Alright, almost done. So I can take level 125 Wolf Pack, or I can take level 120 Fish Pack, and Fish Pack is better because they have higher oxygen, they stay underwater for longer, they don't surface and just die. But obviously level 120 is weaker than level 125. Although Leo is 125, it's good. And Flasher exists now, but Flasher is low level. And if I'm not using Guam and laffii 2, I might as well not use Flasher. I guess just a few plus 13 torpedoes. Like that. And plus 10 here. Okay. Surprisingly, they're already set up. How long has it been already? 40 minutes already to set up. So support fleet. Is standard. Indomitable first place, Implacable is second place, and Illustrious is third place. When they're equal level and equal oath and stuff. And full Flapjack is the best, but it's really expensive. So I only have 2 leftover Flapjacks. And I'll just put, I think Skyrocket and Hawk Wolf were about the same from my testing. If you didn't watch my video on support fighters, well, I'm not going to force you to watch them. Alright, so this is not good at all. I need recon to get rid of ambushes. I guess because there are 0 DDs, there's no Hammond too. But I do have 4 carriers, so somehow ACV is still kinda low. Probably because Claudia is in a full carrier. She only has like 7 planes, so she counts for less ACV. And then AV is high. Well, anyways, I need some way to increase evasion or aviation, and the biggest way to do that would just be getting rid of this. But or changing feather from 90 aviation to a plus 13. Plus 13. So that's 28 extra aviation, which should barely make a difference. So it's still not going to be enough. So recon went up by 1. Oh, it's because fleet tech. Because I decreased the aviation by so much. I guess I'll just go slightly beyond budget and put plus 13 catapults on everyone. Like this. And then even less budget, putting the 5th Wyvern on. Alright, Augury. This ACV actually is before your fleet AA stat decreases the enemy ACV, but this 3665 is only enough for air superiority. But since fleet AA decreases the ACV requirement, and this should be enough to reach air supremacy. Guess you can check the wiki for details. Alright. To see if these fleets actually work or not. So, air formations will be taken by Vanguard's fleet. And unfortunately there are no, fortunately there are no main fleets. It'll make the run easier. But it also means that I'm not able to test the Musashi fleet. I think I'll go with Vanguard survivability here. So Vanguard fires early, and hopefully these carriers die. Barely. And now let's see if Vanguard is fast enough to shoot again before these carriers' planes reach the end of the screen. She does, but yeah, this is beautiful. So the only reason I'm using Vanguard here instead of the BBs with the rainbow BBs with more damage is because Vanguard has fast reload and I have 0 reload tech. So barely any damage taken, and I was correct to use double line to reduce damage taken by the Vanguard. And these spawns are too easy, so this run kinda wouldn't be very impressive even if I win the 3-star. Okay, so one enemy carrier launched like 4 planes before she died, which is still really good for my fleet. Except that Anchorage is losing a lot of health. And that ended so quickly. Oh, hopefully the Vanguard can heal a bit on these reconnaissance fleets. I think I should have taken the ammo here for bonus damage. So unfortunately with this fleet, when Unicorn is so low HP, and Volga heals Unicorn with their targeted heal, and Volga is kind of bad at healing main fleet ships. So Unicorn lost HP in that battle, and Plymouth lost HP, but Anchorage healed. So still no enemy main fleets in sight, so I still can't test whether Shamanto works or whether the timing is correct. I'll take Vanguard survivability here as well. And I forgot submarines. But Let me just play this battle and see what happens. So all of these mobs are taking forever to die, which means Vanguard rams into them and takes damage. Like Shimanto is almost half down. So maybe circular formation would have been better here, so that Musashi has more than half health remaining. But it looks like maybe submarines aren't required for this. Although the only other thing I would save submarines for are large air formations like this one, and the main fleets, except that there aren't any main fleets for me to test, which is really unfortunate. Fortunate for the run, but unfortunate for the video demonstration purposes. So same deal, except I know that at least the boss has airplanes that shoot those red triangles at the Vanguard directly. I'm not sure if large air formations are the same, but if they are, then putting Sandy off tank is better because Sandy has a high anti-air and resists those attacks better than Plymouth does. And I haven't seen those red triangle attacks yet, so maybe they're launched by these carriers, but my fleet deals with these carriers fast enough, right? Okay, that enemy carrier launched a full strike. But this time battle ends before they even launched their planes. Yeah, this is insanely good AA. The best AA is to not let the enemy launch their planes at all. But low HP again in terms of Vanguard. Since my other fleet has 0 ASW, I can't deal with these recon fleets at all with that fleet. So this Vanguard's fleet has to deal with all of the enemy recon modes. So I guess that large air formation I just took, I should have put that off for later to not risk this fleet taking too much damage. Because the Musashi fleet can take large air formations if needed. didn't get to heal an extra time. So I need 1 submarine ammo for the final boss, and that leaves 2 ammo. I'm just going to try without subs, because if the enemy mobs spawned more dangerous ones like main fleets and more large air formations, then I would want subs for them. And this second boss should be free healing, assuming average RNG. Did Vanguard just deal 0 damage with that entire salvo? Ideally, one of the bosses gets killed early and the other one survives for a lot longer to maximize healing for my fleet, but you can't really choose that. You can't choose what RNG you get. And it looks like this time they're dying at about the same time. And my Vanguard fleet is losing HP. So second boss is definitely free healing for the main fleet, but not necessarily for the Vanguard fleet. Or maybe I just had bad RNG. And another super easy spawn. So 0 main fleets. This is like best case scenario when you're going for 3-star. Although I don't think 3-star will be that hard if you get it to safe threat first. So safe threat is 20% less damage taken and 20% more damage dealt. And every bit matters in chapter 15. So I mean every little bit matters very little, but when you add them all up, and I am missing a lot of little bits like tech and cats and gear. Well, gear kinda. I'm actually using quite a decent number of rainbows. And I should have put Sandy middle, I think. Because Sandy is only tankier than Thimmet or when against airplane damage. And these airplane damage will splash the whole Vanguard fleet, so everyone gets hit the same. So it's better to have Thimmet on the outside to tank the firepower based damage. Or like those pellets, those white pellets, petals. Those are also aviation based and they hit the middle slot least. So Sandy on the outside would be better. But that's such a small percentage of damage in the whole fleet that Sandy should be better in the middle. There's not much to say now. It's just RNG up or RNG down. The Vanguard seems to be kinda healing. And the main fleet is also definitely healing. Leaking submarines now. But the main fleet is really healthy. So I can tank a few subs. Oh yeah, I was only healing because I still had ammo. Now that I'm out of ammo, these subs will deal a lot of damage. And also Vanguard will ram into these enemies. And those two didn't even die. Okay, Anchorage is dead already. I think I'll just take the reset. Because when going for a lethal 3-star, you do expect to have to reset sometimes. And I have two more battles to get through after this, at least. Preferably 4, or all of them, actually. Because I do want Musashi fleet to have ammo for the final boss. Oh, not ideal either. I guess this fleet just folds out of ammo. Let me just refill the whale first with some random mail here. So I do have submarines. Like, Anchorage seems to just be taking an L. Even when Anchorage is in the very back, she's still taking an L. So either I had really good luck before this point, or now I'm just getting bad luck 3 battles in a row. Alright, time to use subs. And somehow that Vanguard completely missed the suicide boat. So that's one casualty already. And somehow still alive. Wait, that means all the subs are leaking. So Sandy has to stay alive. I think this run is a failure. So this is the problem with non-Bismarck fleets, because Bismarck has some out-of-ammo mitigation, while these other fleets just don't. And Vanguard has kinda low damage. So this fleet is beautiful, completely beautiful for dealing with the large air formations and probably medium air formations as well. But when it gets out of ammo, everything falls apart. So, in the absence of Guam and Laffii 2, the only improvements to make here are Brest over Anchorage and Plymouth to something. So hopefully dropping Plymouth doesn't decrease damage by too much. Actually, if I want to get rid of all the damage completely, then the Great Wall of China is the play, so Yat-sen and San Diego and the other one, Ninghai. But I'm not sure how they perform when out of ammo. So I'll just try changing Plymouth to something. I have an idea. I don't have an idea. So the replacement has to have some form of anti-submarine, because even with this gold one and this +13 Hedgehog and this purple, the out of ammo we're still leaking submarines. return to Hammond. So if it's Hammond, then she can take double HP Ox, while Sandy takes Hedgehog. Or I can swap Jean and Sandy. But here I'm basically taking, if I take Hammond, then she's here purely for anti-sub and nothing else. So I don't like that idea. Actually, what if I just try the same, like the exact same, but hope that there are fewer recon fleets, and this fleet can take some enemy air formations and all of the enemy main fleets, and the first and third boss, maybe. But there's not enough ammo for both fleets, so there definitely will be some out of ammo battles. I think Vanguard was dealing with the enemy carriers by herself, so I don't actually need Volga's good damage. Like, Volga's here for both healing and for good damage. Like, she has really good damage for a healer, but if I switch her to even more healing, like the forbidden pick, Unicorn plus Perseus. Well, this is basically my faction fleet, except using Breast and Sandy instead of Cheshire and Scylla. So Perseus has better healing than Volga for the main fleet, and probably better healing for the Vanguard as well. The only problem with her is that she doesn't do damage. Except that she does do damage. Last time when I was faction leading, Perseus was like almost on par with Unicorn for damage, despite battles being kinda long. So missing one anti-air gun now. Oh, this means that, see, Perseus has 155 ASW while Unicorn only 110. I don't know why Unicorn has such low anti-sub, but that means I can dump the ASW plane on Perseus, and Catapult is worth more on Unicorn than on Perseus anyways. The only problem with this is if it... I think this will... not reach the Recon or ACV threshold. Oh, so Recon actually went up. I guess Perseus has 77 evasion compared to Volga 49 evasion, but aviation went down by a lot, so I'm not sure why Perseus had better Recon. Oh, Unicorn should have a hunting bow. Because this fleet will not deal with main fleets, and only main fleets will shoot these carriers directly, in which case Scepter would be good. So I do need a bit more damage on this fleet than the other fleet. So I'll stack the plus 13s here. And maybe even take a second Rainbow DD gun. Like this. And one more plus 13 torpedo. So I'm thinking if I should take a second AA radar, but and that ACV dropped by a lot. Will this be supremacy or only superiority? So this is kind of bad. I think I do need supremacy. So maybe changing. Oh, this cat is kind of useless here because Ace Pilot only affects CVs and I don't have any CVs here. I only have CVL. Although Mountain and Flame are very good. But do I have any other options? So I need air supremacy, which means actually the other fleet can get boosted a bit. So this cat doesn't have ace, so if I just put ace over here, then everything should be fine. This one's ace, mountain, destiny. Destiny is 10 more aviation, so that's good as well. So here it doesn't actually show up, but when I enter, then the cats will apply, and it's still at air superiority. Wait, 3395. It was 3365? No? Well, cats should apply. I know that they do apply actually. Maybe I need even more aviation, so just put a pure carrier cat here. Claudia is a CVL, but Aquila is CV. So this can kind of boost. So trying again, this will still say, oh, it actually does go up. It does count cats here. And now it's air supremacy. Okay, so the second try, this time there's a large main fleet here with potential for more spawning later, which means I get to test this fleet. Oh, and that was kind of bad RNG when Vanguard's half HP already. 20 seconds into the first battle. So that was a large decrease in damage, and Vanguard wasn't able to kill those carriers in time before they launched planes. But here she redeems herself, although health taken is not really good at all. So I needed to summon subs earlier, so that this time the subs chipped away at the first wave of carriers, and Vanguard finished them off. But this time, that means the second wave spawned earlier, and okay, that's good. So battle ended before the planes reached the main fleet. And after 2 battles, I want to take the ammo. So now that ammo node has 1 ammo left, and I want to keep that ammo for later in case that the Musashi fleets, in case this fleet goes out of ammo, then she can take the last ammo and then fight the last boss if needed. So let me try this battle without submarines, because I have no idea how this will go. And whether it needs subs or not, or whether the fleet will even work with subs. And here's the PA. So she fires salvos at the main fleet, and Musashi is probably on fire. And now Shimanto fires torpedoes and extinguishes the fire. So that timing was pretty good. So that was pretty good, considering that I have no idea whether this fleet works or not. But I guess it can deal with large main fleet without submarines, and only take most of the damage. I mean, I think half the damage was from shelling and half the damage from airplanes, and almost no damage from the actual burning because Shimanto torpedoes were timed correctly. So last time I didn't use submarines here, and Musashi lost like 60% HP. So if I just do circular now, it might be a bit better. Because I really do want to save submarine ammo for out of ammo. And it also helps that Musashi this time has 2 anti-air radars. So that was really good, so Vanguard didn't lose HP while Musashi lost like 10 or 20%. And there is another large main fleet that Musashi's fleet will take. So I just need Vanguard's fleet to deal with 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. So at least 2 will be out of ammo. Or at least 1 will be out of ammo if I take this ammo node. And more enemies will also spawn later. I think I can use the strike here. Which means that I should have left this for out of ammo. But no use crying over spilled airstrikes. Hopefully with Perseus instead of Olga healing, they will be full HP by the time out of ammo hits. And with full HP, they can tank some submarines. Although the Vanguard was also dying, so I need Vanguard to be healthy as well. And it looks like Perseus is doing a lot less damage than Unicorn. And video has been going on for 100 minutes now. So this one, and then I'll leave this one for out of ammo. Oh, and limits should be on the outside, but I keep forgetting to change it. Alright, Vanguard is still full. I mean, the Vanguard, not the ship Vanguard. The Vanguard is still full HP now. While main fleet is almost full HP, considering that the triple preload all heals the main fleet. And I have 4 submarine ammo left. This one I don't think I need submarines. So this one is free. It's free main fleet healing, except that I don't have main fleet healing after the preloads. So this time I actually want the battle to end earlier, but I also don't want to use submarine ammo here. At the beginning, I explained why Guam is broken. She has broken AA, and she can also maintain. But I didn't really explain laffii 2. So laffii 2 is really tanky against big damage hits, which there's a lot of big damage hits in Chapter 15, like airplanes dropping bombs or torpedoes dealing like 600 damage per hit. So laffii takes those big hits really well, and she's a destroyer, so destroyers have high anti-sub. She can take headshot, and she also has pretty good AA as well. But the main thing with laffii 2 is that she can take headshot, and she won't grief your team by needing like HMS 2 by requiring Jean the Arc to stay alive. So Perseus, half damage of Unicorn, okay. That's kind of the number you can expect, because she strikes half as often, and each of Perseus's strikes is worth like just a bit over half of a Unicorn strike. So Perseus kind of just does much less damage. So let's see. I'll take these two then. And Vanguard lost HP in that battle actually. So this time I'm remembering to put the mid on the outside. Nothing much to say here. until we get to the out of ammo part. Because this fleet just blows through all the carrier fleets and all the reconnaissance fleets while it has ammo. So somehow Vanguard missed that suicide boat again. Sometimes the secondary gun just doesn't have enough time to react due to some like game calculation frame rates, or like maybe some weird things happening with weapon queue or something. So like you need to put like a plus 13 rainbow CL gun on the battleship in order to have a better chance at catching those suicide boats. Okay, so now out of ammo, but I have one ammo that I can pick up, so let me just use the other fleet for now and see which fleet I need this ammo for. This Vanguard is quite healthy, so use circular formation. And any Vanguard with Jeanne d'Arc in it will be pretty healthy. So that fleet can use circular formation pretty much always. So Hiei spawns, Hiei fires, and actually the shelling itself does a lot of damage too, so it's not just burn damage, so maybe like a washing machine on Musashi would be helpful. So washing machine will decrease Musashi's resistance against airplanes, but will dodge some of these battleship shellings. That was close. So the problem is when you put washing machine on Musashi, and then the sortie just doesn't spawn any main fleets, then it's a wasted slot. So this is also a main fleet, which I can take. And that was also unfortunate because two suicide boats coming in at the same time, and Vanguard didn't deal with one of them. And a solo battleship can't deal with both. So this time that's a lot of shelling. Claudia was burning, and then Shimanto extinguished her. So on carriers you can tell when the carrier is burning by the concealment bar. If the lower portion of it is solid red, then that means they're on fire. a solid red instead of this yellow orange thingy. So, like, see, Aquila is on fire right now. So this is kind of bad because I'm not sure if this will make it through the boss battle now. And that's definitely not good. So let me reset this battle. And of course, something exists to make your life much easier when doing 3-star. And that is free daily repair. Or you can even pay gems, but imagine paying gems. So I think washing machine would be good here. In this sortie I had 3. If my Vanguard can just deal with one of those suicide boats, then problem is Anchorage doesn't have angled guns and it's only Shimanto and Jump. And CL guns can be on cooldown more often than destroy guns. But luckily they just sailed right in front of their suicide boat and stopped it. So that's 2 suicide boats again, which is unfortunate. And somehow okay, so Musashi is below 40% HP, which means that all ships can get targeted. This is where I use submarines then. So Musashi fleet is definitely not taking any more mob battles, which means I can take the ammo using this fleet. And I guess that even though submarines will leak on out of ammo, I need ammo for this large air formation here. So submarine here. Although it would have been better for a submarine to oh, this is fine actually. See, people say Perseus and Unicorn Insane Fleet is bad because it overkills, but even when both of them are here and I have ammo, the first wave still survived. So Perseus's disadvantage is not overkilling the first wave, but it's because she doesn't do damage later. Somehow that was really behind the timing, but now it's fixed. Now this is the first out of ammo battle, so submarines will be very tanky. Two suicide boats at once, and the Unicorn takes an L. That's a lot of damage, and Vanguard is barely getting hit. But, like, I can just freeze. Sandy's almost dead as well. So this fleet is falling apart when out of ammo again. That's unfortunate. I think I do need Perseus to survive. I mean, I need all 6 ships to survive this battle. I think this sortie is just a failure. So every fleet falls apart when out of ammo, except for Bismarck fleets, kind of. Bismarck fleets still fall apart a bit, but not as much. So even Musashi fleets when out of ammo, she can't tank all of the out of ammo battles. She can tank some of it, but not all. So I guess it's still not possible for lethal 3-star before Guam and Laffii 2. When using low tech. So every other battleship is slower than Vanguard, and unless you have high battleship reload tech, they will miss the timings on the large air formations, and then your main fleet will take a lot of damage from planes in these first two battles and any subsequent spawns as well. So I think Vanguard is necessary here. So the improvement that Guam and Laffii 2 would bring here is that Guam takes care of the AA, so you can drop San Diego. And Laffii 2 has 226 anti-sub. San Diego has also over 200 anti-sub, but in this fleet, because there are no destroyers, the submarine range is a bit lower than if it had a destroyer, and Laffii 2 is a lot tankier than San Diego, so she would have no problem taking a Hedgehog. And you might even be able to put Hedgehog and something else on Laffii 2. Oh yeah, and Laffii 2 also does more damage. More damage than San Diego's. So the moral of the story is to get Laffii 2, she's free, and to get Guam, and then chapter 15 will be easy peasy. Let me just try the boss with this. My fleet isn't looking very healthy, so Musashi has to be off flag, or does she? Claudia has 6,000, so like 5,000 left. And Musashi has 12,000, so like 2,000 left. And Musashi has 30% damage reduction and 500 AA, a lot higher AA, so Musashi is still tankier at this HP. Okay, let's go. I want to get rid of the early waves really quickly. So summon submarines early. So part of it is to clear those mobs of the first wave so that my Vanguard doesn't spend too much time ramming into them and losing HP. Aquila is dead, which means no more healing for Musashi. And I don't win this. So I think this fleet is perfectly fine. It just didn't deal with the 3 main fleets, so 2 large main fleets and 1 medium main fleet. It didn't deal with them very well. So like maybe putting washing machine on Musashi would help with that. Or just not having 3 main fleets spawn. But otherwise, this fleet can take the boss easily if it started with just a bit more health. Like maybe like 20% more HP on Aquila alone, and it should be enough. So that means Guam and Laffii 2 can go to the other fleet. And it also means that Anchorage changes to Brest, and Brest is better because she heals, and I forgot the subs. Brest is better than Anchorage because she heals Musashi when Musashi is low, or like it's like 6% or 8% per battle, and Brest also does more damage. So Anchorage is better than Brest only in one place, and that's smokescreen for protecting the other 2 Vanguard ships, but this Vanguard is quite healthy and doesn't need Anchorage's smokescreen. Ocula survived for longer this time by a bit. But if Shimanto is down, then Musashi will also go down quite quickly. So this is still lost. So it does need more starting HP than this to win. I guess that's it for today, and next time for chapter 15 I'll be using Guam and Laffii too once they're leveled up. And next time I'll also have this kind of tech. Let me just record this so that next time I can set it more quickly.